first of all, sorry for the lateness with this review, but I'm not going to dwell on it, simply because, well, let's get on with this review. I wasn't particularly looking forward to this episode. To me, it looked really, really naff. The two trailers, the American one and, of course, the UK one, were pretty naff in my opinion. I still stand by that. The two clips were intriguing, but didn't really show much for the episode. However, the episode itself was a definite improvement on Steve Thompson's previous script for Doctor Who, The Curse of the Black Spot, which every single review I've ever watched or read or whatever of it has been basically, it's a terrible story. I stand by that. Personally, out of 10 I'd probably give it a 2 or a 3. I just felt it was a huge disappointment. And when Steve Thompson was announced to be writing for Series 7, I was very, very disappointed. The fact that we're getting Steve Thompson, not a fan of his work in Doctor Who before. He wrote 2 episodes of Sherlock. One was average. I wouldn't say it was a bad episode, but it was an average episode. And the other was a brilliant episode. So I was in two minds about it, but I was thinking, well, it's Sherlock, so it's a different thing. It's probably not going to rub off on Steve Thompson for Doctor Who. However, it seems to be like Steve Thompson wants to improve his previous works because they haven't been very popular. This episode was enjoyable for me, but they kept on saying we're going to unveil all these secrets and everything. I didn't notice any secrets. I did notice some nice little continuity stuff in there. We had the swimming pool, which made me think of the Invasion of Time swimming pool a bit more. I wish we could have actually seen the swimming pool properly, but oh well. I guess that's just for future reference. We saw a little room with the Doctor's stuff. I'm not sure what you call it, like his collector memorabilia or whatever from all his years of space and time travel, where we saw the Sylvester McCoy's question mark umbrella. His original one, because it wasn't originally red, it was originally sort of a wooden thing. So that was quite cool, I guess. We also saw the library with the History of the Time War book. I'm deciding to let the name thing slide, to be perfectly honest. What else? We had the 3 is it Baleen? Van Berlin brothers? Oh. I watched it twice and I still can't quite get it right. Was it Gregor, played by Ashley Walters? Not a fan of Ashley Walters, so thumbs down from me, I guess. So I didn't like him. I didn't like, was it Bram? The one who first died. Didn't like him at all. Tricky. Tricky. He was quite good, but I don't know. It just feels a bit weird. We've got this really odd one out, and I guess he's really there to show the Van Berlin brothers as terrible, terrible people. So yeah. All the TARDIS sets and the lighting and everything was fantastic, so kudos to the production team and the designer, I think Michael Pickwood, did a great job. Everything was just brilliant. And the TARDIS exterior, I did notice it looked, I know it's grubby and everything, so it's going to, but it looked very, very similar to the Snowman TARDIS, because that was very grubby in there, yet in the Bells of St. John it was all cleaned up. Now, I'm sure it was, but I'm pretty sure, I think it was, I remember, but I'm pretty sure this episode was filmed a similar time to the Snowman. I think it was filmed either before or straight after the Snowman, because it wasn't long after they built the TARDIS that they had to rip it all apart for this episode, which is a pity, I guess. Yeah, as I said, Ashley Walters was naff. There was a scrap of decency. There's not a scrap of decent emotion in there. He just seemed really, really wooden to me, and it just seems a bit silly that he is apparently more famous than Matt Smith and Jenna-Louise, Coleman, and whoever played Tricky. Those three did a brilliant job, so I've never heard of the actor who played Tricky, so it's a bit of a shame when you think of it like that. It was nice to see an adventure set in space, you know what I mean, on a spaceship. It was nice little... I can picture this story being a Doctor Who episode that would have been done at some point, if not now, 20 years ago or whatever. Which is really, really nice. The CGI was fantastic. The shot of the TARDIS flying about through space. It was reused twice in different places. It's quite a cool shot, so I'm not going to dwell on that. The cinematography, the director, I think it was Matt King. He did a fantastic job. Really, really good, nice sense of direction. Lots of different sort of variations and everything. At points, I didn't quite believe some of the stuff. Like the library. But yeah, two leads did a good job, the Doctor and Clara, and yeah, it was a good episode, so I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Good episode, could have been improved in a couple of places. The creatures were alright, but I don't quite understand them. So yeah, 9 out of 10 from me.